Hey Ratbaggers, it's Jade today giving you the lowdown on the big tease that was revealed during the Extra Lives charity stream that Grounded and Obsidian are doing right now. And yes, we have got a tease of the winter update, sadly not a release date, so we're going to go over that in a second. But it's just worth noting that they wanted to raise some extra money, so they said if we raise $2,000 in this segment they would show the tease off. I can't lie, I was expecting a little bit more, but you guys tell me how hyped you are after watching the tease. Let's go. So there we go, guys. What do you think about that? Now, to be clear, I have shown off the woolly aphid in a couple of videos already, and I leaked it to you guys because other people went and leaked it. I wasn't actually planning to show it, but people went into my Discord and took some of the footage that we'd already got and put it all over TikTok. So from my perspective, yes, and anyone else that's already seen it, it's probably not the biggest, most hype thing I've seen. What I did like seeing though was the background and the idea of the cards. Kind of would be nice if they also removed the camera off the guys. They're doing great work. They're doing lots of challenges and people are donating to get them to eat marshmallows and play with pudding hands and more. Great job. And they're nearly at their max that they wanted to raise, 30k already. And me and a bunch of other creators have already contributed that, obviously with the Peeper Challenge and more. But yeah, let's get into the tease itself. So straight off the bat, I'm calling it, we're going to get Ant Queens back in the game. It's pretty obvious to me. You can see the Queen of Hearts, which would represent the Fire Ant Queen, and then you've got the Queen of Spades, which would represent the Black Ant Queen. Given we know that both of them creatures are going to be coming in the future with all the leaks and the promotional material that they've shown off themselves, like the Fire Ant armor looking very samurai-ish, I generally think that's what's going to happen, but they won't be how we maybe remember them. This time they may have a little bit more combat in them and we'll have to actually take them down in possibly boss fights. Or my other idea or theory could be that we have to choose one or the other and it really will affect the gameplay even more than it did in Grounded 1. Then we see some slow, moody shots going through the brand new garden biome, which is coming with the winter update, and some sneaky shots of the woolly aphid. I'm really pleased to see there's a lot of variety in the vegetables. Are we going to be able to do something with these? Can we grow our own potatoes? Maybe carrots, onions, turnips? I really hope so. I mean, don't get me wrong, they clearly look too big here, but it'd be nice if we could pick up some seeds and grow smaller ones in our gardens to get some bonuses and buffs. And the fluffy aphid does look really cool. It's definitely had more work on it since I showed you guys the leaked stuff, which I'll go over in a second as well. Hinting that maybe some of the garden area is really going to be extremely cold. Or maybe these guys only come out at night time because there's no snow or ice on the ground when we're looking at this guy. And it'd be a bit odd if this place was the only spot that had maybe these cold temperatures. So I think these are just a variant that might be around everywhere but only come out at night time. Given this whole tease is at night time. What are they going to be able to be crafted from it though? We're guessing hopefully some new woolly fur, give us even more protection against cold in the future. I mean, that's the job of the mites, right? So maybe it's not that, maybe it's something to do with speed, maybe giving us even more options, a double jump perhaps, if we're going down the route of maybe traversal that the original aphid gave us. And then just talking completely out of speculation, what if nighttime might start being a little bit more challenging to survive in? Maybe the gardens really will be like the northern part of a kingdom, the northern part of the park, and will be colder. But I don't know, I'd still expect to see maybe some effects on the ground more. Here's some of the pictures from it that I got from the dev test world. And yeah, you can clearly see they look pretty similar, but I think they definitely had a little bit more of a glow and maybe a slight polish on the actual ones moving around. Really want to hear from you guys what you think we're going to be doing with these woolly aphids. What kind of weapons, what kind of gear we might actually get. Last thing I would say, and again, just complete speculation, what if they actually touched you and it made you freeze? Something to give back a little bit from these guys so they're not as easy to hunt, having to rely more on range gear. And that was kind of it. I can't lie, I was slightly disappointed. I was hoping to see maybe like an actual playthrough of one of the new things that are coming in as part of the winter update. Not showing the winter gardens, but maybe taking a look at playgrounds and seeing if they've actually managed to add any new little features to it just yet. Maybe reveal some coziness and what's going on with that system. Is there going to be any changes, like I mentioned also the other day? There's so many systems returning in Grounded 2's next update. It feels a little bit mean to only show maybe one or two tiny little aspects, and this might be the only tease we get now until its actual release. Although I am predicting we'll probably see the reveal release date trailer at maybe the Game Awards, which happens at the beginning of December. So yeah, I'm always going to be truthful, guys. I am a little bit disappointed in Grounded's marketing with early access. Grounded 2, I should say. We've got less than 1,000 players, and I know games don't need to be engaging. I've been telling everyone else that it's fine to have lots of time between updates, but early access games, to me, it's good to still show people what you're working on a bit more consistently and regularly. I just don't think Obsidian are doing that. I'm not expecting updates to be rushed. I want them to take their time and make sure it's perfect. We knew we're going to have to wait. That is all cool. But hype and excitement shouldn't come from me leaking shit. It should really come from developers tapping into what so many other early access games do. They actually engage their community, show them stuff and say, what do you think about this? And then go ahead and add it to the game. Doesn't have to reveal everything, but there's definitely so much in Grounded 2 that we already know from the roadmap that we could be getting more teases of right now. And it's something I mentioned to Marcus and Eric when I was there in LA, giving them some feedback and taking a look. I know they're busy teams, and ultimately it's down to power, right? They just don't have maybe the money or manpower to get some extra help in doing that. But yeah, for us as players, for you guys, it'd be nice to get just some more regular stuff. Not everything has to be ultra secretive as one big reveal. And the proof of that is in the views that I've gotten from my leaked videos have been absolutely massive. There is an audience for just being communicated with a bit more and show a little bit more. Not the biggest new things, not all new creatures, all new gear, but you could definitely go over some of that stuff a little bit more. And sadly, no release date. Although I was kind of only expecting that. I'm not going to dog them for that. That's up to them when they're going to announce it, of course. And as we know, winter technically doesn't begin till like the end of December. So yeah, we might not see news for that for a good few weeks, like I said, maybe at the Game Awards. And we can only hope it arrives before Christmas with an early PTB, and then just bang on the 22nd December they release it for the winter update beginning. I love Grounded, I love the team, but like I said, I'm always going to be honest. I rarely criticise them. Absolutely, it can come a place for me being a bit selfish and just wanting some new content, because then I can make new content. But I do see so many comments from you guys saying that Grounded's dead, Grounded needs update, Grounded needs content. And I just think a little bit more actual show and tell from Obsidian would help and go a long way. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you like the idea of everything being a huge surprise as much as possible. Do you think we could see maybe some of the older systems and get a first look at them on the run up to the winter update? Especially if it might not actually release now until after Christmas. If we get any more footage from another trailer they put up without the camera and stuff of the team looking and watching it, we'll cover it again more than likely. And I'm not discounting what they're doing. This is obviously raising money for charity and stuff, but they did say you don't want to miss this. So there was a chance we might not have seen the trailer if we hadn't come in with the enough money. And a big shout out to I'm Jade. He donated $1,300 to get it over the line. That's a big win from him. He's been helping out with Paralyzer, CD Dinky, Chillax, Apex Predator, Timber Builds, and myself as well as Captain Capital. You see me doing the people run. It's the last day today. If you want to enter our last building challenge competition as well as the art challenge competition, look in the top comments and you'll find a link to the Discord and you can enter and maybe win a prize. As a team, we've already raised over $1,100 now, and fingers crossed we'll keep raising more and we'll hit another landmark and we'll have more things to give away for anyone that donates. And that's it. I will see you at Ratbaggers for more news about Grounded 2, hopefully soon. Bye bye.